Hi everyone, this is Heather Lawton from the Flourish.Academy. This is episode 332, and today I have 5 quick tips for you to be the most productive when you're working from home. I work with a lot of my mentoring clients who struggle with being productive because they are working from their home and are obviously distracted with tasks that need to be done around their home. So I wanted to provide you with some insights and ideas that have helped me over the years. There are a million of them, but I just pulled out 5 that, because I like to keep these videos brief and actionable. I just pulled out 5 that have worked really well for me, and I wanted to share them with you today. So number 1, the first tip I have for being productive is to get dressed. And you might even want to take a shower. So the reason I say this is because you will be as productive as you feel. And if you roll out of bed and you throw on some yoga pants and you go to your desk and you attempt to be productive, you will not be as productive as if you showered, got dressed, and got ready and treated it like real work, like a job. So I'm going to recommend that you do that. And the reason this is really funny to me is because recently in a podcast episode, Mar and I were talking about this. We were having a very serious discussion, and I said, hey, give me something that you struggle with, in terms of working from home. And she said, and I was waiting for this really in-depth, deep comment from her because she was thinking, and she said, getting dressed or showered. Sometimes I forget to shower. And we laughed about it. By the way, are you listening or watching the podcast? I have the videos because it's been really amazing. It's good, solid, free content. So you should definitely check it out. And if you do enjoy it, will you let me know? Because I would like to know that someone is listening other than just my mother and my Aunt Nancy. But anyway, the first tip, number 1, is to make sure that you get showered and get dressed. So today I am wearing a maxi dress. This is a dress that I have on. I have heels on. I have a jacket. I am dressed, I have my hair and makeup done, and I did have a client this morning, but that wouldn't matter. I would dress this way any given day because then I feel like I am getting ready to do something that is important, and it helps me to be more productive. There have been studies on this. You can try to deny it, but you need to get dressed and get ready even if you are just working from home and you won't be seeing anyone on a particular day. That's number 1. Number 2 is to set and establish work hours, a schedule, stick to it, become routine. So I know a lot of you have small children, and maybe that's during their nap time. So maybe they nap in the morning or the afternoon, and if you set those as your work hours, then I don't want you to do anything else during that time besides work. So I know that you have a lot of responsibilities around your home as a mother of small children, but if your work hours, if you establish your work hours is during nap time, then do not do the laundry during nap time because you can kind of do that whenever. Go into your office or wherever it is that you are working and have those work hours and treat them very sacredly. Is that a word? Treat them sacred. That's what you need to do because I set certain work hours for myself, and the only thing I allow myself to do during that time is work. That's when I'm working. I'm not going to be distracted with all of the million other things that I have to do. This will certainly help you be more productive because you are focused. You are not multitasking. That's a lie. There's no such thing. You are not switch tasking. You are focused. For some of us, that might be, from 8 to 2 or 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. if you're lucky. And for some of you, that might just be 1 to 3 p.m. again during nap time. It doesn't matter how small or how large that time frame is. Just set it and stick to it. Having a routine will help you. Number 3, make sure you clean up your immediate environment to eliminate distractions. I do these videos from my office. This is my desk behind me. It always looks this way. And the reason is physical clutter leads to mental clutter. You cannot be productive if you have a mess everywhere because it's just telling you that you have many, many things that are undone. And things that are left undone are undone in 2 places, both physically where they're at and in your mind. So you need to clear that clutter. So when I finish for the day, I always make sure that my desk is clear and my office is clean. I'm setting up this environment. By the way, even if you don't have an office, I want you to establish a place that you work, the most often, for the most part. This is where you go to work. This helps get your brain in the right frame of mind. So this is where I work. Maybe it's in your bedroom, maybe it's in a closet, maybe it's in your kitchen, but I want you to establish a work area. Maybe every time you decide you're gonna start working and you have these hours, you light a certain candle that smells really nice and your environment is clean, and it sets off a trigger in your brain. If you do this in a routine fashion, your brain will say, oh, it's time to work, and you'll be focused and productive. So that was number 3. Number 4 is to silence your phone. It is deadly. It is the biggest distraction mechanism of all. When I really want to focus and get work done, what I do is my phone for the most part is on silent all the time anyway. I get very, very few notifications, phone calls and text messages, and that's about it. I have everything else turned off and the phone is always in silent anyway. But when I really want to work, I put it upside down on my desk, and I also put my watch in theater mode. So do not disturb, everything is quiet. And when I do that and I start working, I actually tend to forget that I've done it. And sometimes hours will go by and I'll think, oh gosh, I need to check and make sure that my children aren't trying to get a hold of me. And sometimes they are. My daughter in particular will text message me many times in a row, mom, 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 where are you? Mom, 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 I need you. It's kind of hilarious, but she's fine. It's never been an emergency. She's fine. There's no such thing, so she'll be okay. So silence your phone, put it upside down on your desk and make it quiet. And again, if you are a mom to small children and it's nap time, you need to be laser-like focused and protect this time like it is everything. So if it's 1 to 3 p.m., that phone goes on silent, light your candle, go into your office or your space, make sure it's cleaned up, and you can focus on your work. And finally, the 5th tip I have for you is the night before, I want you to make a list of 3 things you would like to accomplish the next day. I call them my daily success goals. Now, I'm a big goal setter, so I'll have goals all the time in different areas of my life. But what I do on a daily basis is I ask myself, okay, what 3 things, if I got them done tomorrow, would I feel really good about? What would make me feel successful? Now, if you struggle to come up with things, which sometimes I do, then I ask myself, okay, what am I procrastinating on? What am I putting off? What is pushing on me the most? What do I really not want to do? Because those are usually the things I probably should do. Every time I do this the night before, I sit down, I write down 3 things in my planner I need to accomplish. Every single time I have those items, no matter how hard I think they are, I have them done by 9 or 10 a.m. Isn't that amazing? And then I think, hey, whatever I get done the rest of the day is bonus because I've already accomplished those 3 things. 3 success goals daily. I want to recap quickly these 5 tips for being productive from home. Number 1 is get dressed, take a shower, get dressed, hair and makeup, if you like that sort of thing. I know I do. This is how I look on a daily basis. My kids will come home and say, oh, were we going somewhere? Did you have something to do today? Nope. I was just working at my computer. This is how I feel the most successful. Number 2 is to set work hours, stick to it, schedule and routine, super important. Number 3 is to clean up the immediate environment that you will be working in. I understand if you cannot clean up the entire house, but just your immediate work environment so you don't have those physical distractions. You want to eliminate those. Number 4 is to silence your phone, turn it upside down, don't look at it. Chances are your kids or the school has an emergency backup number. I always think, okay, if there's an emergency for real, and which there never is, if they can't get a hold of me, then they're going to call my husband, and then they're going to go to my mom, and then my dad. Eventually they'll find me. So it'll be fine. And number 5 is make a list of 3 things you would like to accomplish the following day, because once you list them out, you're more likely to achieve them. If you're anything like me, and I've heard people say this to me, they're like, Heather, it's not doing things that's not my problem. My problem is deciding what to do. So if that decision is already made for me, meaning if I gave you a list right now and said, listen, I want you to do these 3 things, I know every single one of you would knock it out of the park. You would do it in no time flat. Do this, this, and this. The problem is coming up with that list. So if you can come up with that list ahead of time and eliminate the thinking when you're in the moment, then when you have those few sacred hours, you can accomplish anything. I hope that you found this useful. Will you please leave a comment and let me know that you're there and you like this and how you're implementing? That would be awesome. I'll see you in the next video.